Want to know what dispensary has good products, prices, and a knowledgeable staff? You probably do what I used to do, and that's turn to Weedmaps for advice. Weedmaps, if you're not familiar, is the premier place to find online dispensaries, delivery services, brands, so on and so forth. They're a big online repository for everything weed and dispensaries online. Not only that, but they have user-generated reviews for all those dispensaries and brands, not unlike Amazon's 5-star rating system. And it should be a really helpful tool for finding the best dispensaries and the best products stocked within, but it's not. In fact, their website is filled with faked, duped, bought, or otherwise fraudulent reviews that should be trusted by absolutely no one under absolutely no circumstances. Hello guys, and welcome to Weeats, the marijuana edible review show where we help you make sense of your dispensary. And today what we're going to be doing to help you make sense of your dispensary is we're going to help you make sense of that shitty dispensary that you've been to before that has that inexplicable 5-star rating on Weedmaps, or that terrible cereal bar that you bought that also seems to have a 5-star rating on Weedmaps. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you understand not just your dispensary, but the dispensary system as a whole. So, I was on Weedmaps a couple of weeks ago doing some research on good old LOL edibles, and I saw that they had an absurdly high user rating on the website, a 4.6 out of 5 with over 250 reviews. And now, as many of you may know, I'm not exactly a fan of LOL edibles. It's pretty clear that they're a scam, so I was pretty fucking surprised to see such an inflated score. I assumed something had to be fishy, so I checked out the reviews on like a granular individual level. And of course, it's all total, complete, fraudulent bullshit. Near clockwork, one new 5-star review is added every day. It's always 1 or 2 sentences, and it's always incredibly flattering. And these people don't even bother to upload a fake picture to their fake-ass profiles that puff up these review scores. And the only exception you see to this barrage of fake reviews is when a real, actual customer, almost always with a profile pic, usually a pretty good telltale sign they're real, comes in to voice their displeasure. Then it's almost always competently written, angry, and invariably 1 star, like they deserve. It's so transparently, ashamedly, and nakedly fraudulent to anyone who is willing to take a second to investigate. So, let's compare a company that is clearly not artificially inflating its reviews. Let's judge LOL Edibles next to Kurova. So Kurova is a company that is orders of magnitude larger than LOL Edibles. They operate in multiple states, whereas LOL Edibles only operates in a few counties. Yet Kurova's products only have 60 reviews on Weedmaps compared to LOL Edibles' 250 plus. They aren't reviewed daily, and the reviews, while generally good, aren't simple 1 or 2 sentence platitudes posted by some anonymous pictureless schmucks. No, they're obviously real reviews posted by real people who feel like they really have something to say about the company, whether that's good or bad. And unfortunately, guys, it's not just awful companies like LOL Edibles that are committing this shitty and untoward behavior. Even reputable folks like Cannabis appear to be buying reviews as well. In their case, with the seemingly ever-popular weed style, we'll give you a sample for a 5-star review style swindle. Seriously, check out those reviews. They come in huge batches on specific days. It's pretty clear they are exchanging goods for good reviews. And the reviews are always generic, and they almost always come from freshly created Weedmaps accounts. And hell, they even often mention that the fact that they're getting a free sample for the review anyways. And it seems to be working for Cannabis too. Cannabis is currently the top-rated edible product on Weedmaps with a perfect 5-star rating and 227 reviews. And again, the much, much larger Kurova only has 60. Simply having abnormally high review totals does seem to suggest that your score is inflated to begin with. And guys, getting deceived always sucks, but it especially stings when it comes from a company that doesn't need to engage in such shitty behavior. Come on, Cannabis, your product is good enough to stand on its own. You do not need to engage in this shitty, deceptive business practices and marketing practices. Leave that to the awful guys like LOL Edibles and Infused Creations. You don't need to be doing this. And it's not just the brands pulling this shit either. The behavior is just as endemic with the dispensaries themselves. They are just as likely to create fake accounts, use bots, and engage in shitty and totally against the terms of service behavior of selling 5-star reviews for discounts or a shitty pre-roll or whatever. And you would think all this shitty behavior, shady behavior, it obviously leads to rampant review inflation. Once one dispensary does it, others feel compelled or even liberated to do the same. And then before you know it, the whole process is tainted and nothing can be trusted. You would think, nominally, Weedmaps would be trying to fix this shit, too. This is their reputation on the line, in fact. All of these shady behaviors, as I said before, are explicitly against their terms of service. You are not allowed to sell reviews. You are not allowed to use bots. You are not allowed to do any of these things. But trying to crack down on this behavior may hurt Weedmaps' bottom line, if I'm speculating. A lot of these brands and dispensaries pay to advertise on the site, and they might not be so keen to advertise if they have their ability to take away their puffed up reviews. So again, just speculating, but you would think Weedmaps would want to get a handle on this, unless, of course, that gets a hand in their wallet. So I don't know. And all this, guys, you don't have to take my word for it. Don't take my word for any of this. The LA Times last year published a story detailing Weedmaps' bullshit. And it's a pretty crazy story. In that story, they found that over 70% of the nearly 600 dispensaries they examined had gamed Weedmaps' review system in some way. And astonishingly, truly crazily, they determined that a whopping 62% of all of the comments on Weedmaps are fake. Again, just to reiterate, 62% of all the comments on Weedmaps, according to the LA Times, are fraudulent. That is crazy. And this is totally inexcusable behavior for the company that clearly wants to be the Yelp of weed. Weedmaps needs to get this shit in order and quickly. As weed becomes more and more mainstream, better and better information is going to be needed to help these clueless customers make smart decisions. Right now, however, Weedmaps is not only not in the business of helping consumers, but they're actively helping the growth of the shittier parts of the industry. They are less the Yelp of weed and more like the Facebook of weed, which is a pretty big insult in my opinion. For now, you should only trust the maps part of Weedmaps. You can use them to find dispensaries, just don't use them to find the products inside. And don't trust that 5-star review that you see for that dispensary is going to be true. Until Weedmaps gets their shit together or until a better competitor emerges, for your actual weed reviews, look to YouTube. Like this channel called Weeats. He reviews nothing but edibles and really great. Check out Weeats if you've never heard of them. Ask your friends. Ask your bud tender, although I'm a little hesitant because they're trying to hawk particular products. You know, find some source out there that you can trust. Just don't trust Weedmaps right now. They are not in the business of helping you out, unfortunately. So, guys, that is going to do it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching Weeats. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching all of my videos. And if you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe to our channel here or leave us a thumbs up. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or if you just want to curse at me and call me mean names, you can always reach me at weeats@weeatsreviews.com, or you can hit me up on social media at weeatsreviews on Facebook or Twitter. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Again, one last time, thank you for watching. We'll see you on a later review. Peace.